Definitely. Oh, by the way, this is Barrett here.
Oh yeah, sorry, Barrett. It's all right.
Barrett. My bad.
So, yeah.
I've been playing too much League of Legends today.
No, I got you.
So Barrett, what team were you on, etc.? Tell me a little
I
bit
was
about yourself.
I was on Team Pro Slayers. We had a pretty good run. We went 2-2. We lost ourselves to. We lost. I can't actually remember. We just lost. It was on the bracket. I mean, don't have to check it out.
Sure.
But no, they were pretty good teams. We made a little mistakes in the mid game. This seems to be our GB5. Made mistakes in the mid game. We took control in early game, but we weren't able to follow it up.
Sure.
That's our downfall. But we're definitely going to plan on working on it.
Definitely. So we are loading in the game here of the two last place teams. Now this is actually XKaiba Corp versus Protato Gaming Fried. Now, we just wanted to do this, just give them a little bit of a spotlight. I don't know if we've given them any airtime. So we want to see who's of the tournament is going to go winless. So that's our goal. Currently, it is Kino. I'm actually not sure which team is which. So let me go ahead.
I got you. So that right there is Cephos. He's actually the highest solo queue in ranked games on their team. He's a Diamond 5, I believe.
Oh wow. Okay.
And this is actually the first game he's been able to get Jace, and it's definitely his prime pick. And as for many meta champions right now,
sure.
Jace is easily picked in a lot of games. Obviously it's showing he's doing relatively well, going 7-0-2 right now. And all he's got is the Mana Moon, but I mean that's all he's got with 2 long swords. It seems also they have a Graves pick on the bot lane with the Blitzcrank, so that's got to set up a ton of plays as soon as the Jace gets the Blitzcrank gets a pull. Easy to follow up, and so the bot lane's doing relatively well. 4-1 for the Graves and 1-0-4 for the Blitzcrank.
Okay. Go ahead and update the names as to who's playing. So on the red side, we have, once again...
we have XKaiba Corp.
Oh, okay, I'll just switch that.
Yeah.
And then they're playing against... I'm already forgetting names.
Protato Gaming Fried.
Protato Gaming Fried. There we go. We'll go ahead and switch those around for you. Bada bing. Bada boom, you know what I'm saying?
Sweet.
Alright, so we got all that updated. We just saw an awesome Jinx ult come down and just pretty much straight up murder Jinx.
Right, so Kaiba Corp was trying to take over the dragon, which I assume that they've been taking over quite a few dragons already at this point. Tried to be contested by Protato Gaming Fried, and I mean, there was nothing needed. The Jinx ult taking about half HP from 2 of the members already, and down they went. Yeah,
so it looks like Jace is definitely very, very strong right now at 8-1. We saw this earlier in an earlier game. When Jace gets rolling, he's able to just consistently put out damage. He's got Siege, he's got Teamfight, he's got pretty much everything you need.
Right. We had a Jace pick as well for our mid in our second game, and it just once you get it snowballing, it's just one of those champions that's hard to stop, and even late game it still provides a great presence.
Exactly, and then even on top of that, we have Graves being 5 for 1. So definitely a very strong game coming out for Kaiba Corp.
Yeah, I will say, I guess the only downside, I mean, for the Siege
against the wall, he's just taking down a Braum. He might be going too ham. He goes in a little bit too much.
1 for 1 right there.
Jinx goes and kills him. That's a 1 for 1.
Blitz pulls out the Jinx.
Misses the ult onto Graves. They still get the Graves, so they just both got a death. Blitzcrank is running around. He's just trying to escape, but looks like he might be able to get it. If they can get another slowdown on him, but they decide to back off a little bit. Just kind of take their win. They got a 1 for 2, definitely a good trade.
I agree, especially because they already are, Protato Gaming, that was them, they just got the 2 for 1. They're already behind at this point. There seems to be another scrimmage up at top. I mean, Jax and Mundo poking at each other every now and then, but they took what they wanted. I guess they didn't go too hard, whereas Jace, he definitely paid for going too far in that fight.
Now, one thing I do want to mention, something that's interesting to me here, is it's only a 6K goal difference. That's really not that huge, considering it's 4-19. Of course, they did just pick up 2 more kills, so that's not good at all in that regard. But
I guess in one situation, I mean, right here, I mean, this is a pretty bad fight right now for XKaiba Corp. I mean, unless I guess they're picking it straight up. They baited in with the 2 low people, and they're
Kino, is he gonna drop? He does drop.
So a 2 for 2.
Jace trusts himself. It's a 2 for 2.
Mundo's stuck at top,
4 of them are down though.
Yep, and Mundo is all by himself at top lane. He's having to recall now. They're probably going to get that inhibitor. Nope. Okay, so here comes Corky and Jinx. I've also just noticed that they have 280 carries on their team. Which,
that is true.
I assumed if one had gone mid, which, I mean, if I would say Corky, but here they are.
It
and
wasn't
barely
just
gets
quite
away.
enough. Graves not quite enough to finish taking down.
Mundo's here to show up, and so is Braum. So they're not. So XKaiba Corp is not going to be able to get the inhibitor turret just yet, but they are going to be able to back up, take everything that they can, and try and go straight back in for another push.
Exactly. Oh, really good blitz hook through the minions. Grab onto Corky. They take down Corky. Jace flashes inside. He's going to take a lot of turret damage, and the execute from Jinx isn't going to be quite enough.
Got another pull from the Blitzcrank, but the Rengar flashes over.
Rengar's coming in. He's taking a lot of damage.
Jax shows up straight away, but the Jinx is going to be hitting unless they go for something.
Jinx is going to be hitting him. He takes him down.
Mundo goes in deep.
Just sitting there, just absorbing everything. He's just attacking these guys. He takes down. He's taking down everybody.
Yep. So Jace was able to get away from that fight barely, and Warwick going in for and takes it up.
Very, very good. Warwick ult right there. Is he going to get a flash over? Well, no, he's going to get
That's right, he's going to take
Corky. Maybe. Okay, it just took him a minute. He just had to think about it. Do I want to take this? How fast do I want to take
Agree.
this?
And I mean, even still at this point, it's only about a 7K gold difference. And I guess one of the big reasons, if you look across the board, there's not a lot of CS going for Kaiba Port at this point. They seem to be just farming on kills, which in a way can work its way, but only if they are divided relatively evenly. I mean, whereas if you look at the main 8 for Graves for the 80 carries, only got 84 CS compared to both of their 80 carries on their team. They don't match up to it, but Jinx is catching up in kills relatively fast.
Exactly. So, I mean, maybe this game might not be completely over. The gold gain is growing.
Right.
In, obviously, Kaiba Corp's favor. Are getting a little bit more, about to get that turret. One more hit away for Protato Gaming.
Looks like they're kind of dancing around. Warwick's clearing out the jungle, obviously.
Yeah. Rengar's just going to take his, red buff, try to make his way kind of back up there, probably. Right.
The common theme, though, and just from us sitting in for this short little time, is Jace likes to go a little bit too far. And you know, for him being the higher tiered player on their team, I mean, he might be getting a little risky.
Rengar's going a little bit deep, and then he kind of decides to back off a little bit.
It would be safe for Kaiba Port to
coming around from the side. Blitzcrank is there. Jace is going in. Good execute from Jinx. Puts a lot of damage in there.
Jace is not getting in the fight right now.
Jace is getting picked down. Not a lot he can do about that.
There wasn't much he did in that fight. He got zoned out relatively well from the Mundo, which is a great play from Barrett there.
He took the Rengar out, and then after that, there wasn't a whole lot he can do. But the Jax is pushing the top lane. But what they needed to do when they were pushing that top, or when they were pushing that top, they needed to not die.
Yep.
And they got engaged on. They died. They pull him into the tower. Corky goes down. Yep. Very good pull by Blitzcrank. Mundo's going to just kind of chase down Jax. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to kill him or not.
No, I think this would be a pretty bad engagement if Jax continued fighting this right now.
I think most of the action is going to be taken down. Graves almost went down. Jax is going to get taken down by Rengar.
Right. I mean, as I said,
enough pressure.
Right.
Kaiba Corp can't do a whole lot to get out.
And that's at this point, that's great for Protato Gaming right now.
Yes.
I mean, they're not in the lead, and I'm sure they know it.
6K. It just decreased to a 6K. Difference.
Exactly. But I mean, at this point, I guess either teams at this point are in position to dragon. Braum is really low, and Warwick's headed down with this smite. Rengar is on the opposite side of the map at this point. So they're going to probably be able to take this dragon for free because everyone is out of position right now for Protato Gaming.
So let's go ahead and see how this plays out. Jinx has no idea. They have no idea. There's no wards.
Absolutely none. The only thing they would know nearby is the ward was just cleared up in that bush just north of Dragon.
Ooh,
that would have been a fun
very close to killing the Braum. He is still going to go down, though. They catch a Rengar out. Let's see if they can catch him as well.
Oh, the Warwick ult getting in straight in.
Crank is almost, his pull is almost up. They are starting to turn this back around again. I don't know.
It would be pretty bad if you pulled that Mundo right now.
Corky needs to get out of there. Not sure if he's going to be able to. Let's see how long till his pull. His pulls up,
Ooh.
and he misses. Not a huge problem. They still have a huge pressure on this mid turret. Probably going to be able to take it. They're pinging for Baron, though.
Yes, they are.
But,
that would not be a bad play at this point. They just took the dragon. They brought back this 7K, 8 or almost 10K gold lead at this point. If they take the Baron, it'll be well over that. So I think they know that they're not doing so well in these kind of small skirmishes. Let's just take all the gold we can get, go back, finish this off. I mean, at this point, they're almost at an open inhibitor, and so they just need to clear it out as fast as they can, and then they'll be able to do whatever they want.
Yeah, I completely agree. Definitely sounds like kind of smart. I mean, there's no way that they can become this.
Exactly,
Baron,
and I mean,
Baron. Now, if Jinx had sent an ult in there just a little bit late, she thought about it.
Yep.
Oh,
Ooh.
so close to executing the Jax. Doesn't quite happen for him,
And
though.
that actually would have been really good for them. If Jax without
That
Baron
would've
buff,
been
it would have been fantastic. Not because Jax benefits both from the AD and the AP from the Baron buff. That would have been way better for the position that Protato is in right now.
Most definitely. Undeniably.
Oh, wait, Jax teleported back in. He got down there
Blitzcrank
fast.
is taken down really quick. Rengar taken out really quick.
And Blitzcrank is doing a very well job right now.
And that was also a really good traps laid down by
Right.
Jinx. Kind of stopped them from taking any more off of that. Really good placement there.
Right? It seems like Blitzcrank's trying to go down on the lower end and try and get a pull from that way. But I think at this point they're going to be able to take that inhibitor turret. They have 2 down. Mundo's not tanking enough to protect the entire thing just for Jinx. So they'll probably take the inhibitor. I think if they stay any longer at this point, though, they might be overstaying their welcome. They don't have the secondary turret on top or on bot, so they can't just go straight to another inhibitor.
I just want to take another moment. Look at these wards. Look at that triangle formation. They're getting those triangle formations in there. That just maximizes the amount you can do with your wards, the amount of area that you can see and control.
Right. With the triangle,
they have complete control over Protato Gaming's jungle.
Exactly.
They can't leave their base.
And
they're going to try, but they see him coming. They just put a smoke screen down, slow him down a little bit, put some pressure onto the bot lane. It looks like they're going to engage.
And that burst
Huge damage going on. They are going to take down the Jinx. Rengar goes down.
Jax is going to keep going for it.
Jax is going to keep going, and the Jace does finish off the Corki. Very good little energy.
It looks like both of the tanks alive at this point. There's not much that they can do. This is probably the end of the game right here.
This is probably the end. I'm gonna have to agree with you.
The mid minions are coming in at the right time. Although
nobody died.
I don't understand right now the Graves recall.
I mean, yeah, you're right. That is strange.
Jinx just ulted in, almost got the pickup on the Warwick. Not gonna be able to get it.
Enough.
So I guess they'll just take the second inhibitor and head back home.
That kind of what it's sounding like. Yeah, Warwick's backing off. Jax wants to keep going, but they're like, nah, guys, let's take it easy. Let's back off a little bit. But their ward, they need to reset up their wards. Reset up their. They don't want to fall back and have that 17K.
And another thing I've noticed, the vision ward that seems to be all the way at the top lane bush. That must be there from a long time ago in the game. Which, I mean, for any vision ward that remains on the field, that's incredible. I mean,
let's go ahead. Let's jump back to 17 minutes. It's still there.
It's been there for a while.
14 minutes.
All right,
that
so somewhere.
14 minutes in. That is a very efficient pink ward.
That's actually where we started viewing, and so
that is worth
well over the 100 gold you spent for it.
Well over the 100 gold you spent for it.
No, I just need to be more skirmish.
Pro tip number 4.
Oh, they're gonna pick up the Graves, probably gonna dash over. Sounds good. Good disengage right there, I'll say.
Oh, Jax coming in,
Jax
flying from behind, taking out
straight for the Jinx.
Pulling the cork in. There is no AD carries left. They both go down.
Once again, it seems they're only left with their tanks. All the damage is being taken out immediately.
And they're just not left with anything.
Nope.
They still have Baron buff. And now, granted, it's about to go down.
Right.
They're going to take those towers.
But they got that last fight out with the Baron buff, and that's what they needed.
Honestly, I don't know why they don't just finish
Yes, exactly.
But, like, taking this top tower, I would just run through it.
But, I mean, at this point, I think it was a fun game for both of the teams.
Yeah, definitely.
They both know they're not going to the final cut. But it's been, even for me not going to the final cut with my team, it's been a great night. It's been fantastic games everywhere across the board.
We've seen a lot of sportsmanlike conduct, a lot of shaking of hands, just hanging out together, enjoying the games. We got a lot of people standing around watching the projector on the wall there right now.
Yeah.
But it is going to go to XKaiba Corp, and Protato Gaming Fried is going to go winless for the day.
I will say I'm actually pretty guilty. Our team was their first opponents. I'm not gonna lie, they're very well-mannered people. Their counterparts, Protato Gaming, Baked. I've even talked with a few of them. Very well-mannered team.
Good friends with some of them.
For a brother-sister team, they do a very fine job of being very sportsmanlike.
Sure.
And honestly, it was a great game to play against Protato Fried as well.
Definitely. So maybe let's go ahead and see if we can get someone from each team, I guess, here to just kind of talk about the game a little bit.
Actually,
talk about their experience with the tournament.
Right in front of us is actually Cephos, who just played in the game, the Jace.
Cephos, would you like to come over for a little bit? Just tell us a little bit. I guess just tell us about your day, how it went, how you felt about your last game. Feel free to take a seat.
We lost our first 3 pretty badly, to be honest.
Sure.
Last game, we're like, let's just have fun. I mean, we can't make the top, so why not?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think that's definitely like a good sportsmanly way to come into it. Is just kind of.
Yeah, and like in all our practices, we were playing with Jace, and like I didn't get him at all today because I was just first pick banning every time, so I never got him, and then you
finally got your champion.
I got my champion, and
you went like what? Well, let's see what the score here is. 18 for 3. That is insane.
Highest goal on the
to be
team.
Ashamed about.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we were talking all day today. Really good friend of mine, actually, so that's why I know him pretty well. I mean, like I said, highest person on the team. You know, you're playing with a bunch of friends. You know, it's really a fun thing to do.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of this money is once again going to Extralife. It's going to help kids. There's nothing to be ashamed about with that.
Yeah, we came down here to have fun and to support charity.
Yep.
Definitely. Well, anything else?
I mean, you played a great game. I watched it. You seem to be really, really risky on a lot of those plays. Like, if you'd be the only one that died in a lot of those team fights. But, I mean, hey, we all having fun. I totally get it. It happens,
definitely.
man.
Yeah, a little bit messing around at the end.
All right, well,
All right.
good to see you, man. Great
Definitely.
game.
Good game to Stephos here from XKaiba Corp.